Let's go to Asia, where it's dinner time right now in Tokyo. Stock markets in Asia closed a little bit lower on Monday as investors keep one permanent eye on rising U.S. Treasury yields and digest declines in technology stocks, even as the big techies like Facebook and Apple are reporting their first quarter earnings. The Japanese Nikkei 225 shared about 0.33%. And let's move on to Egypt, where the largest economy north of the continent is looking at a fresh $10 billion in new investments in its oil and gas. Egypt is planning that amount of money to come in as early as July 2018. According to the country's Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Tarek El Molla, he says the investment marks a 25% advance from the previous year as a result of foreign companies investing in major gas projects in the Mediterranean Sea. The continent's largest economy to the north aims to increase its gas production from newly discovered fields, which include the Mammoth Zohr asset discovered by Italy's Eni in 2015. And oil prices are steady today as a rise in U.S. rig count points to further increase in American output. Brent crude futures stands $47.04 per barrel, largely unchanged from their last close. The U.S. West Texas Intermediate, as the WTI, futures was down 3% at $68.37. And that's some of the stories around the world of crude. But let's move on and try and hear from Nigeria's Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun early on Sunday in Washington, briefing the Nigerian press at the end of the week-long spring meetings of the IMF and the World Bank. The minister spoke on issues affecting the global economy, including the world economic outlook, poverty eradication, economic development, and aid effectiveness for countries such as Nigeria. Let's take a listen.
What we all need to do now is to come together, make sure, and that's where I think NEC is going to be really, really important. All these projects, all these roads, this rail, now translating that into real projects and real jobs for our people. Because, you know, just a road doesn't create jobs. What creates jobs is people opening.
That's Nigeria's Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun, part of our briefing with the Nigerian press to wrap up the week-long what you call the spring meetings of the IMF and the World Bank. Get back to the business of oil. Oil is tapering as we speak. The WTI is now about 1.45% in the red, down to 67.42, about 98 American cents. Looking at the U.S. latest recount, some of the oil prices tapering off from what we saw last week. We saw Brent crude up to about $75 a barrel. U.S. drillers added 5 oil rigs drilling for the new production over the weekend, bringing the total count to 820. That's the highest since March 2015. And despite the fall in crude oil last Monday, the overall market remains well supported by strong demand in Asia. And if you're interested in the European markets, just the markets, as you say, is a bit mixed as we speak now. The U.S. Stock market is going to start today, most likely in the red with all the major indices. Recapping that for you in the red. The Nasdaq is much deeper than it was had a few minutes ago, 1.27% now in the red. The S&P 500 about 1% in the negative territory, almost the same margin, 0.82 in the red by the Dow stocks futures. And the global Dow futures about 0.19%. That's in the red at 3,077. Gold is also in the negative territory, 0.50%. $1,326 will fetch you 1 ounce of gold. That's about $12 off track. That's some of the stories and the market numbers making the headlines this Monday as we start a brand new business week. There's more to come on Business Incorporated when we return in about 2 minutes. Stick around.